right, last section with me. I know you're going to cry. It's okay. I'll miss you too, but I'll get to see you again in January, okay? Which is good. So what I did is I put all of the things together that were similar. So everything that was a right triangle, so when you're dealing with a right triangle, there's the Pythagorean theorem. There's your 30, 60, 90. I'm sorry, there's a reflection here. There's the 45, 45, 90. There's your sine, cosine, tan. And then you come down here, and when it was not a right triangle, I gave you the law of sines. There's a match. We got the law of cosines. There's not a match. And then the last thing is something we haven't gone over, which I'm guessing we're going to be going over, which is finding the area. Okay? Let me pause it real quick and figure out if I can fix this issue with the light. So I think I fixed it a little bit, but it isn't perfect for sure. You also learn types of congruence. So this is HL. Remember when it's a right triangle, it's the hypotenuse leg. This is angle, angle, side. You got to go in order, right? This is angle, side, angle. This is side, angle, side. And this is angle, angle. Oop, I'm just kidding. Side, side, side. So all of those are congruence. Let me throw a little thing on the side over here and say that if it's similarity, that's the AAA. And that's when you have this, this, and this. Okay? So what you need to decide is if they're congruent, there is only one type. Okay? There will only be one triangle. But if it's similar, there can be more than one. So we have to make a decision of could there be more than one triangle? And then after we decide if there's only one triangle, which method would we use to get the answer? Okay? So let's look here. This is a side, this is a side, this is a side. So it's side, side, side congruence. So there's only going to be one triangle. So I could figure it out. We could all agree on the same answer. So now we've got to decide, okay, well, is it a right triangle? No. If it's not a right triangle, boom, we have two decisions, law of sines or law of cosines. Is there a match or no match? So I only have sides, so there's no match. I would have to do the law of cosines. Okay? All right, let's look here. This is a side, this is an angle, this is a side. Oh, it's side, angle, side congruence. There is only one triangle. Great. Now we've got to figure out which method to use. Well, I see 60. Does that mean it's a 30, 60, 90? No, this could be 20 degrees, then that would be 100 degrees. So it is not a right triangle, so it's either law of sines, match, law of cosines, no match. Well, let's look. No match, no match, no match. Boom. I have to do the law of cosines. All right. Let's go to the next one. We got to go in order. A, S. Or some of you go, I started here. Fine. SAA is still AAS. AAS is a form of congruence. There's only one triangle. So, could I do 45, 45, 90? No, because this and this is 75. That's 105 degrees. It's not a right triangle, so it's either law of cosines or law of sines. If you look, there is a match. Since there is a match, it's the law of sines. Okay? All right. This is AAA. Well, AAA is similarity. So there is more than one triangle. So we cannot all get the same answer. Because your triangle could be this long. And then those sides, and that could be 45, 75, and 60. And then this triangle is this. So you might get 3 and I might get 13. We're both right according to our triangle, but we're not all going to get the same thing. Okay. Decide which tool to use. All right, let's play the game again. So decide which tool to use. Match, no. Match, no. You would have to do the law of cosines. And I don't want to find it. Okay, right now you can just find it on your own. The next one, it's a right triangle. So is it a ratio? Is it a 45, 45, 90? No. Is it a 30, 60, 90? No. Can I use the Pythagorean theorem? No, because there's an angle. So it's not any of those. So I would have to either use sine, cosine, or tan. Well, let's look. This is opposite, and this is hypotenuse. So I would do the sine of 56 equals x over 9. How do you solve? You would multiply both sides by 9. You would put that in your calculator, make sure it's in degree mode, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Let's look at this one. Could I do any of these things for this? No, it's not a right triangle. There is a match. So I could do the law of sines. Okay? All right, let's just go straight to the homework. You guys get it, and you just have to practice it. So in these, yeah, you can graph to cheat a little bit, but you need to make sure you're showing your work. These feels like great quiz questions because they're reviewing what you've learned previously. You can use Desmos to help you, but you need to show your work like you never used Desmos. Okay? It says without using a calculator. Remember, if it's in log form, you have to change it to exponential form, and then you can simplify. And some of you go, it is an exponential form. Well, kind of, but there's a log, so you can simplify a little bit. This is describing the transformations. You can do that. I like that. This is a really good homework. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Okay, this one, solve it. You know how to solve. This one, sketch the graph, which means I'm probably going to want the vertex, which means I probably want to know another point. So you're going to probably have to make a table for these. Yeah, of course you can cheat and use Desmos, but you're going to have to show your work. Okay? Use the zero product property. When I say the zero product property, I just mean factor. Set it equal to 0 and solve. Okay? So I think that's it. Congratulations. You're finished with me in lessons.